Welcome everybody to DCA Week 4. This is Colin and Steven here again. The world is upside down. Steven, what are your thoughts on the ongoing war? It's officially war.
Yeah, it's pretty sketchy. Yeah, it's definitely like from an investing standpoint, it's definitely thrown the markets into turmoil. Things tanked yesterday. Initially, some of the stuff has bounced back a little bit. Canada has actually oddly fared not too badly because um, our stock market is so oil heavy
Mm-hmm.
that um, all the sanctions against Russia, because they're one of the biggest oil suppliers in the world, actually is good for Canadian oil. So I think the TSX was down. I was watching BNN yesterday afternoon, and the TSX I think was down 1% only, which was actually not bad compared to a lot of the other ones. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, and it's largely because of the heavy oil presence in Canada.
Yeah. The Dow Jones was down for a bit too, but then it recovered quite quickly. So what a weird. I thought it would just like free fall, but apparently people were pretty confident that certain sectors would jump like
Yeah,
crazy, like you said.
the uh, the Russian market is pretty much destroyed. Like,
They hit a circuit breaker and they actually had to stop trading.
yeah, like some of their major banks were down as much as like 40% yesterday in one day, which is crazy. And the ruble too was down like 30% or something.
Hmm. Yeah, in insane.
But they deserve it. So
They do. Um, but there hasn't been any sanctions against oil that Canada has declared, have they? I think I
I
read something they weren't at the moment.
yeah, I'm not too sure. I actually don't even know what Canada's sanctions were, but
Yeah,
uh, I know like oil reliance in Europe, like Europe's reliance on Russian oil is enormous, or
yeah,
like oil and natural gas. So like
yeah,
it's pretty tough for them to
yeah.
stop using it.
Pretty quiet from Germany and Italy.
Although Germany did halt um, a,
There was a pipeline, right?
a new pipeline, the
Yeah,
Nord something two pipeline.
yeah. I mean, I'm surprised because the Middle East supplies so much of it. I'm surprised more of it doesn't go to Europe. I'm sure some of it does, right?
Like from the Middle East or from Russia.
From Middle East because they're so like because I was reading
They're pretty
they're
close.
so reliant on Russia, but the Middle East is there. They ship it all the way to us here for
Yeah.
at such a low cost that I'm surprised that they have to rely on Russian oil.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even Canada, I think I heard Canada imported nearly $500 million of oil from Russia. It was 500 million or 500 billion. It's a big difference, but it was one of those two
But
things.
yeah, but that's still a lot, and
Yeah.
that the fact that we're importing from them, yeah, very cool. Okay, I think we looked at my portfolio first last week, so do you want to jump in first?
Yeah. So I actually did my buy yesterday. So the market's done a bit of stuff since then. But before I did my buy yesterday, I was down $73, 6%. So this was like right in the thick of the major markets, like taking a pretty big hit in light of all the Russia stuff yesterday. I decided the ones I bought this week are I bought my indexes. So looking at my weightings from when I went to do my buy, uh, energy was kind of lower in there. So I took a look at the energy ones and uh, ZEO, which is the oil and gas one that I had kind of been holding off buying just because the technical analysis didn't show very well. That one, when I went to do my buy yesterday, was actually looking really good. So you can see here, this is today, it's up here, but yesterday actually. So yesterday, midday, you can see it was actually super low here. So there's the 20 for stochastics. Um, there's the 20 and the 80 are kind of the boundaries. And it was when I went to do my buy, it was pretty low, which indicates that it was low with the black line trending towards crossing the red line, which it indicates that it's probably going to go up. And you can see it did go up. And it was also quite a bit below the moving average as well. So yeah, I happened to buy at a good time yesterday. And then after I bought that, it bumped the indices lower in my weighting. So then I bought one share of XUU, which is the US index, the US all cap index. And then I bought one share of the Bitcoin ETF as well, which has also rebounded quite a bit from yesterday. So just in one day, actually, as the markets kind of recover, like Colin mentioned, I went from down $73 before I did my buy yesterday to now being down only $5.85. So it recovered like
Nice.
$65 since yesterday, which is quite a bit on this size of portfolio. Yeah, so I guess went down from a 6% loss overall in the portfolio to yeah, pretty much almost back breaking even, which is
Nice.
6% gain in one day is pretty crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
so that was my week.
Perfect. So no major loss. We're right on track. That is good. Good. Okay, so we are in week 4, so that means our costs should be 1,300. I am down a little bit more now. I am down down $9 now, $8. Um, I only bought one thing this week, and that was in my TFSA. I bought TSM, which is Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing. They are, as far as I know, the world's largest semiconductor manufacturing group. And they're on the tiny little island. I mean, best island, Taiwan number one. Um, they have actually been hovering between 110 and 120 for quite a while now. Uh, oh no, they were up a little bit in January, but they've been trading sideways for a while. Um, I picked it up recently because of some concerns from China, uh, being a little thirsty and eyeing Taiwan. Overall, I think this is a safe buy. Its PE of 27 is a little bit higher than usual, even with the drop. But you know, we've talked about the shortages of semiconductors in our past program, and I think it's going to continue for the next little while. They're also expanding. Um, because their main manufacturing is in Taiwan, they're fairly prone to flooding. So I believe it's Arizona somewhere that they're building a new a fabrication plant there. So they're expanding the processing throughout the world. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. Yeah, I
Uh,
think Taiwan Semiconductor last week my buy was that emerging markets ETF, and I think
mm,
Taiwan Semiconductor was the top holding in that one too.
okay, cool, 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 cool.
How did your Nutrien fare last week or since last week?
That
Since
is a good question. Up $5.
5% gain is in one
That is
week is
really
pretty
good.
solid.
Yeah, that is very solid.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that again, like we kind of talked about last week, Nutrien, like Russia and Belarus together are like the next biggest potash producers after Canada. So with the sanctions against both of them, that is yeah beneficial for Nutrien.
are you so for next week? Are you eyeing anything for your purchases?
Well, currently my portfolio weighting, my indexes are down and tech is down. Part of that is because they're actually the prices are down for both of those. So
Mm,
um probably yeah, whereas energy um and my health slash biotech weighting is a little over. Yeah, we'll wait and see for next week, but yeah, see what rebounds and kind of see where the weighting's sitting at. But typically, that's what's going to guide my uh, purchase decisions here. So, but in all likelihood, probably buy some index shares and maybe some tech shares, maybe a
Okay.
little crypto, depending on where that's at next week.
Right. Right. Okay. Good call. Overall, a crazy week in current events. Not too much change in our portfolios, so we'll see what week 5 holds. Goodbye.